Hello, everybody, and this is the Sports Time Machine for another episode in the Pro Wrestling Superstar Series. Of course, that was the theme to Mid Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Kind of got a little drawback to that. Well, we're going to take a look at a few things tonight. I saw on the forums that people were having questions regarding pro wrestling superstar creations. So I'm going to go ahead and do my best and bring you guys up to date in what I consider and what to do. I'm gonna be talking a little mathematics. So if you don't want to be in an kind of an algebra type situation, well, I'm sorry. This is gonna talk a lot about math equations a little bit because it's funny. The game we play, Pro Wrestling Superstars, is highly based on mathematics if you look at it. And we're going to go ahead and probably kind of go over with that with you tonight. So I hope you guys are ready to do that. Let's see if we can just setting something up, and my Excel is not exactly behaving, which is not good. I thought it was doing well there for a while. Now it's acting dumb. All right, so let's go ahead. And again, when I do this, I have to make sure that I have to make sure you're going to be able to see all the nuances that I'm doing on the computer game. So let's go ahead and see if I can generate that for you. So let's go ahead and let's see, we can go inside the game a little bit. Let's see. So we go ahead and run our, not run match. We don't want to run match. That's not what we wanted. Let's go ahead and open the wrestler editor. A lot of people said, how do you create wrestlers? Now, the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, and I've talked to this with friends and who I've sat down with, is you don't want to just, and again, let me go ahead and go in my program here so you guys can see what exactly I'm going to be doing. Let's see this. Yeah, this will do it. So we want to go ahead and do another capture here of the editor. Let's see if I can find what I'm looking for there. Wrestling Builder. There we go. There we go. So you guys will exactly see what I'm actually doing right now. We'll go ahead and expand that out so you'll see everything. Hope you'll be able to see the entire page. Okay. So am I looking? Yeah. All right. So let's see. If I go A, B, C, you guys can see A, B, C. Okay. The worst thing you can do right now is just create a professional wrestler like this because I don't know, you're asking yourself for trouble. You want to, and I was trying to explain to somebody who had asked a question of form. If you want to make, let's look at one of our newer pro wrestlers out there, Oba Femi. If you guys seen him, he's a pretty large wrestler for NXT, WWE. I'm pretty sure he's not in our file system, or at least in my file system. But let me see if he is, and if he is, we'll go and we'll see. We'll kind of cancel that idea. But I don't think I have him yet. He's fairly new. He has a ton of talent. He's large, very, very strong. Maybe they planned on one day of making an Omos character, and Omos isn't that good. Unfortunately, he's in there to be for his size, and he has very not much athletic ability. Sorry, Mr. Omos, but that's what happens. You're not in here to take you're not in there to take the bumps and stuff like that. But if you look at Oba Femi, you can look at him at the size of maybe like a Ron Simmons. You can look at him even size strength like Batista, who I have. So you want to take somebody like that and say, okay, I want to take their character and kind of base it around a real wrestler. So for him, let's go ahead and you know what? Since he uses a similar type move, and let's see if I have one or not. Or if he doesn't, we may have a little bit of a problem. Well, that'd be Brian Blair. Let's see. That's right. I figured that's not where he was. So let's see. Batista is, guess what? I don't have Batista. That's shocking. Okay, let's see. You know what? We're gonna let me go ahead and grab them for you real quick, and I'll be right back and do that in one momento. Will you now? Let's see if I go out of this program. Let's see if I go out. What happens? Will you be able to come back in? Yes. Want to go ahead and cancel that? Clear. Let's see if I can get out of it. All right. Now, if I go back in again, will you guys see what I'm doing? Again, I'm kind of playing around with this program too for the viewers at home to see if you guys can see everything. If I say open up the wrestler viewer again, it should pop up where you guys can see it. Let's see what you guys at home. Hey, world's worst gamer, how you doing? I guess I got to pull it up again for this. Let's see. All right, I'll do that when the time comes. Let's see. Let's go ahead and remove that. That's fine. And let's go ahead and bring the editor back in to see if that's what it was. Let's see at Wrestling Builder. Okay, it's there. That's fine. All right. Well, let me go ahead. Let me just take a second, find a Batista card, and then we'll go ahead and create this wrestler together. So I'm going to open up the wrestlers repository, all wrestlers. It's going to bring up all my, and I'm not showing this here right now. This can be an idea. This Pro Wrestling Superstar 2.0 has a very rich roster of wrestlers to choose from, download from. Again, it's a very inexpensive game too. I think it was 19.99, and you also get all of the updates. And he has been updating crazily lately, including since we've last talked the pro wrestling wrestler editor. So the editor to actually allow you to do your own matches and create your own situations. So we've been waiting for that forever, and we kind of got that as a little Christmas prequel, and that was so cool. Let me see if we have a. Let me see if we have Batista, who we have one from that set. I'm going to use the Elo Lords of the Ring ones. Has a really good one. I'll throw a couple in there in case I need options. Again, we're going to try to create a wrestler by the name of Oba Femi. If you're not been with us, this is how my seminar, my class will start right now. So let's go ahead, and I believe I do have it. I'm going to have it set up now. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the wrestler creator. Let's load up. Let's load up a Batista character right now. So Batista will be right there. We'll go ahead and find him. I don't think I'm showing you my list on camera, but that's fine. When I start doing the editing, I'll go and do that. All right, let's go. Let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and get back in here. Let's go ahead and let's go ahead and add again the wrestler creator inside so you guys can see everything I'm doing. This will be kind of important. Yep, there it is right there. We'll go ahead and expand it completely out so you'll see the entire screen, exactly what I'm doing. As you see the Batista card. Make sure we're not like All right. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming in. I don't know if you're not much of a wrestling fan or you're just supporting me. I do always love having you in my streams. So let me go ahead and go to my screen again so I can have this. All right. So you guys should be watching me now do this. Yeah, I see my screen in front of me. So if I create this, I should be able, yep, you'll see everything. So first, we'll look at the name. Like I said, we're taking a guy who probably best fits his mold. Let's go ahead and erase that. And in I don't do it in all capitals, just because it doesn't need to. So it's OBA and FEMI. Okay. Um, leave his submission range, 2 to 4. I'm going to explain why. Because again, you don't want to be going ahead and overly making guys and making him a 2, which to me is only the Andre the Giant character who has never submitted. I would say John Cena, but unfortunately, Gunther has proved him wrong. And now he cannot be longer be a 2 in this game. To me, he should be around be a 2 to 3 or a 2 to 4. But we'll do for Obafemi. We'll give him a 2 to 4 just because of the way he looks and the character. The tag team range, not sure if he's ever won any tag team champions before. 2 to 5 is low to me. You can do it based on 2 to 12. You can set it from 7 to 12. I'm going to do it from 2 to 6 because I don't think he needs to be. I don't think he needs to be breaking up tag team finishes when he's in the match. I don't. He's not made for that priority. He's not going to be a 5 plus. As you read there, the ratings are based from preliminary poor to championship caliber. Let's go ahead and make him a 4, which may be again a stretch because he's not been on the main roster yet. We'll keep him as a 2, average to good. I'm going to go ahead and make this my own set. So it's MB, the MB creation set. And then we'll go ahead. Now, here you can actually put wrestling images. And by doing that, you'll have the wrestler image appear in your folder. Keep that in mind. You can also do that. I won't do that right now, though. So let's go ahead and go to the general card. Now, this is, again, something I have explained to some people that you don't want to really mess with unless you know what you're doing. And this is where the mathematical part of this game is now going to come from. As you see, he has OC or offensive cards based on 6, 7, 8, 9, and 12. That is pretty good. And that is why we are going to go ahead and talk math with this. If you put, again, let me just, for the record, look at him again. So he's an OC at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the 12 kicker. So we put in my little calculator I've made 6, wow, something is messing that up. 7, 8, 9, 10 with a 12 kicker. He is at, wow, 6. He's at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Let's make sure that is exactly where he's at. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Yep. You know what tells you? He is at 66.63 offensive. So yeah, that is probably a little bit that might be a little bit too strong to me. I mean, again, this Batista card was set at a 5, and you're lowering him to a 4. So you might want to look for, and again, with the card options being open, I can go ahead and pull somebody else up. So let's go ahead and say, you know what, that is just too strong. So we'll go ahead and exit out. It's going to say, do you want to close it? You'll say yes. And unfortunately, it is now bye bye and it's gone. So let's see if I open up the Wrestler Creator again. Will you guys have it in front of you, or will I have to make another window? Let's look at it and see what you guys are looking at. Guess what? I'm gonna have to use another window. Oh yay. All right. So I don't know why that doesn't stay. It would be easier if it just does, but again, I'm not. It's kind of one of the first times I'm starting to use the second box open. Again, let's open it again. Now, again, let's maybe look at somebody from the past history of professional wrestling. Maybe look at Ron Simmons, the All American from Florida State University. M- Unfortunately, people are noticing him for the damn guy from WWF, which is, whatever. That was one of the funniest things they've ever done. But if you ever watched Ron Simmons, he was more than just that. He was an incredible professional wrestler. So we're gonna go ahead and maybe use him. I would think his offense may not be as strong. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I have a Simmons one, but I probably should in my list. Hopefully, I don't have to look for another one. I do have like three different ones here. Let's do his Lord of the Rings one. Use or if you guys do this, Maui's MOWIE puts together some really nice sets, and his stuff isn't too toned down. So I'm gonna give him the props, and we'll use his card today. So Maui said, we'll go ahead and give him that. We'll see what is. We'll go to his offensive card and see where he's at. So he has an offense on 2, 5, 7, 8, 2, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Okay, that's probably still not going to be too shabby offensively. Now, how I'm basing these numbers on are the probability on using two dice on rolling and the odds of rolling two dice at and the number pulls up. So by looking at the other card we were using, he was actually a 66% offense. And to me, I think that might be a little bit too strong for our friend here. Let's see. He made Simmons a 4 in this, which is fine. That's where we wanted Oba anyway. So we'll see if his offensive shenanigans are good here. So it's 2, 5, 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, and a 12. So let's do it again. So it is 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the 12. And we'll go ahead and look up the stats there and see what it gives me. We'll go ahead and do that. So he's a 2. So he's a 2, 5. There is no 6, 7, 8, 7, no 7, 8, 9, 10, and no and 12. That's about the same too. Wow. So 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And let's look at it one more time just to make sure. So 2, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 with a 12. So yeah, still 66%. That is a lot of offense to have, but we're going to try to use him because I'm going to try to maybe use an example here. Maybe the offense won't be as good. We'll see. So go ahead and again, we'll go ahead and call him again, Oba Femi. And again, we won't go ahead and won't do anything crazy. Just give him his name. He's a 2 to 4 here. We'll keep that. He's a 2 to 5. Why don't we keep the 2 to 5 until he proves himself in the ring as a tag guy? Keep him as a 4 singles, and we'll drop him as a 2 tag team. We'll show you how we fix that. Again, it's going to be my own creation, so we'll go ahead and do MB. Sometimes it just takes time to make a card and be happy with them. So creations. So let's go with creations, and then we'll go to the general card. Leave the general card alone. Don't touch that unless you know exactly what you can do is look up 2d6 probabilities, and they can see the percentage you're playing with and kind of what you want. But that's what we kind of why we do this, at least as a community. I've seen people do. We kind of base our wrestlers based on real wrestlers, and then we can make the subtractions. And then this is what we do here. Defensive card, the A means that he did accept the punishment. The B, if he hits, means he withered from the punishment. So he did not give any points away. A C, he does get the 4 points, and the moves start over again, like he hulked up. And of course, the reverse means he changed it. Here, this is interesting. They gave him a C on a 4, reverse on 11. To me, for Oba Femi, that's probably where it should be. He shouldn't be a Kurt Angle and not have the reverse or the C at 5, 6, or 7, you know. But put the C on the 4 and 11. Make him exert, make him give up points, make the C's and reverses where you have to fight for it. So now this is the thing. This is where you come to the game and you see the moves that are now in front of you. Let me see. I'll go ahead and lower that. Make sure you guys are playing. Follow along here. You are. Let me go ahead and just make sure we're not having anything going on here in class here. All right. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Thank you for again coming in. Let's go ahead and mess. Well, I'll keep this screen up so I can see people as they come in. All right. So, and now what we do is we do our research. So I'm not going to do it on the computer. Probably take too long and or screw something up. So I'm going to go ahead on my phone while I have it here, charge it a little bit. So I have the ability. So you go look up, like do it like I'm doing. I'm kind of teaching this as a class. So you go to Google, you go to Oba, you go to Femi. He's a Nigerian professional wrestler and shot putter. Played at Alabama. Again, he is a big son of a gun. So you look for not Wikipedia. Wikipedia doesn't give you a ton to mess with. To me, the best thing you can do would be it's in here. Yeah, Pro Wrestling Fandom sometimes gives you a nice alert of moves to choose from. So let's go ahead and bring him up. He is 6'6", 310 pounds from Lagos, Nigeria. Made his debut November of 2022. So he is very young in the sport. Or actually, and his real name is Isaac Adabosanan, Nigerian professional wrestler, currently signed to a WWE contract, Nigerian NXT brand under the name of Oba Femi. So we go down there, look and see if they have list moves. They do. They have his finishing move as the fall from grace. He has a rolling elbow, he has a heel throw, a one-handed pendulum backbreaker, and a belly to back suplex. Those are just a few moves. I mean, but you can look at him and kind of give him the power move set up. So let's go ahead and let's go to the 4. And this is where I like to put things in capital letters. So let's go and we'll go ahead and put the fall from grace. Again, the fall from grace basically is like the Batista bomb or like a pop-up power bomb. So let's go and put the fall from grace there. And his rolling elbow is kind of pretty vicious also. So let's put that on 9 where the double power bomb is here. Let's see. Not that vicious. Hang on. Let's see. Let's do the one-handed backbreaker there. This is where you want to kind of make sure you don't put a lot of serious big moves. Like you see, the body slam is only 8 points. The neck breaker here is only 5. And delayed vertical suplex is 7. You don't want to give them moves in there that are going to really come out and pin people correctly and right away. He only has one pin on this normal card. Let's go ahead and give him the rolling elbow up here. And I might take some points away just because I don't think it is a 10 killer move. Let's say we give him an 8, and then you go over here under the arrow and you change it to a pin attempt. The star means submission. Let's look at this and let's go ahead and give him the 5, which is a very, again, high percentage move. We'll go and give that the let's see, we'll give him that the Beal throw. Again, if you watch his match with watched his match with Cody, he did a lot of his moves to Cody. So you kind of had an idea. You saw kind of what his early repertoire was. So we'll give him the simple Beal throw there. And let's see, rolling at a 7. Let's see what we're gonna do here. Let's give him a simple. We always 5 pointers on that. Belly to back suplex. Belly to back. So yeah, okay. He has a belly to back suplex there for 8 points. We'll go ahead and give him that, but put that in caps. Belly to back suplex. Again, if people are here watching and they have questions, they can let me know, and I can kind of walk you through anything that I can. I'll try to do different aspects of this and different things. Now, throw out a ring. He's not. He is a pseudo heel face, I would say. So he's not exactly the old fashioned heels who be throwing people out of the ring. So I would probably do something like let's see, a 10 again is kind of low odds. It's same odds as a 4. So your high percentage rolls in this game, of course, are always going to be the 6, the 7, and the 8. So kind of you don't want to put the a lot of big rolling moves there. So let's give for 7 points. Let's just put a body slam there. Again, something simple that he can use and probably not pin. To me, I play this game human versus human, so the computer can't take a simple move like a Beal throw or a body slam and pin when he wants to. I'd rather it give me the option and I tell it no, I don't want to do it that way. And and if he loses, and he loses. So, that way he has to use something a higher impact move to get the pin. So let's look at that. Let's see, rolling elbow. And so, yeah, let's give him under the 11 where the scoop power slam is. Let's give him the one hand backbreaker there that he has. And they'll put the 9 there. So that's again one of his finishers. If you had more finishers, you can put in there. He's still under he's a kind of a low end. Again, he has not a lot of starters. Gladden Sports Network, one of my buddies. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the channel. Uh, he is one of the top promoters in our superstar pro wrestling universe. So I'm gonna go ahead and give big props to him. He's one of the main guys. Except he's an Oriole fan, but hey, we'll let him we'll let him be okay with that. I've known Sean for a long time. Let's see. Now let's go ahead and see what else we can do with Oba here. So he still has a drop kick, a neck breaker, body slam, throw out a ring that we want to get rid of here. Again, let's give him in the middle. How about give him a nice standard shoulder, a nice shoulder block or a shoulder tackle for 7 points there. So let's put under the neck breaker again a nice high. He's a high offenseman. Again, what I try not to do unless I 100% want to is I try to keep the moves the same that came with the original card and just update the move set. You just update the move set, you move everything else, and yeah, that way it's your own wrestler. That we're not, just and you can change these offensive card, you can change the defensive card, but like I said, just want to be extremely careful. If you make him too strong, you're going to regret it. If you don't make him strong enough, you're going to sit there forever try to adjust him and make him win matches. So that way you wrestle him once, you see, hey, does he hang with another 4? Can he hang with Cena? Can he hang with Hogan? If he does, hey, that's all right. If he beats Hogan, then you may want to wrestle him again, just to see if you might have made him too strong. So he's only a 4. So that should hopefully limit that. He won't win a lot of the lockups. So let's maybe do a with 5 points on a 6. And he's kind of a face kind of a tweener. Let's give him a test. We'll give him like a test of strength there again too. Again, I want to see a little more of him, more wrestling history. So we'll give him a test. We'll give him a test of strength there. Now up high where you get the lower odds, sometimes that's where you may want to put like a let's put a clothesline up there. Again, it's low odds to get, so you shouldn't be rolling it at a high level. So go ahead and give him a clothesline for 7. And let's see what we want to do. We still have a throw out of ring, but I've told you guys before in my little class here that again, you don't want if he's a face kind of thing, a tweener heel, he's not attacking. He did the pose with Cody at the end. He's not your old fashioned heel. And Sean knows what I'm talking about. He's not a Conga barbarian type heel with Paul Jones. He's not gonna just rip your throat off and stomp you to the ground. That's he is not gonna do that. So, but I don't want him to have a throw out to the ring here either. So let's go ahead and let's do a back. Maybe we'll do a nice simple on a 10, a back body drop. Again, as he develops more moves, as he talks to creative and gets some more stuff going on, then you can go ahead and edit it in there and twist some stuff around. We'll give him a back body drop. We'll uh give him like 6 points just because you can't pin on a 6, because even if you get that. And let's go ahead and now go to the rope section. Now, the ropes is always someone asked where to put, one of my buddies asked, well, where do you put ropes at? Ropes in this game, as always, 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 unless your name is Mil Mascaras, Rey Mysterio, Sabu, type of guys like that, your rope section is going to be either at 2 or 12. So on him, we'll leave it at 12. If you are an extreme high flyer like Mil Mascaras, or which he does have the ropes on the 11, I think it is, or someone in that nature, a tiger mask, then you do get the extra ropes advantage by putting it maybe at an 11 or maybe the 3. You don't want to put it at a 7, even how crazy he is. You just put it where 11, to me, 11 or the 3 would be the best scenario for him. All right, let's go to ropes. Someone asked about putting where no actions go. No actions to me goes wherever. There's no really huge spot for this, but you kind of want to again give him some moves off the ropes and then leave the no actions on there. Right now he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's fine. And he can have other moves too. Why don't I put his top finisher, a fall from grace? All you do is go to the arrow, go to S for go for specialty, and then click on that so he does a fall from the grace from the ropes. Um, what he probably does use. I wonder if he's actually uses a choke slam to be a part of his repertoire. Let me see. Let's see if I can put that somewhere in there, or probably not. But I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. So let's go ahead and Let's let's now again he has one. This is a Ron Simmons type heel character probably because he has the throw out of rings. You just want to go ahead and click on you have the option of pin attempt, pin attempt, specialty, submission with the star, a a double X, which you want to use for his specialty charts for a specialty type match like a steel cage, something like that. Jack Dawson, how you doing? Of course, baseball will always come back to the channel at some point. But I have had people on another forum on Facebook ask me to go ahead because I answered a couple questions, and they asked me, "Oh, what do you mean by that?" And I said, "Oh, I would go ahead and do another video tonight because I've done pro wrestling superstar videos just recently, so I wanted to do a second seminar on that again and the mathematics part of it with the percentages, which are very important to realize. Because this game, you can really make the mistake and overcharge somebody, or definitely undercharge somebody if you don't give them some offense. Again, we're talking about somebody who's just a developmental NXT guy, but Right, then he can do anything as a DQ. Again, I don't do that. And then he already has one, two, three, four, five NAs on there. So leave them there. Don't mess with them. You can. Not like you can't. There's no rule says he can have all NAs on the card. But if you think this guy can do moves off the ropes, then just go ahead and go to the blank. That's where you can then add points. And then let's do something simple with the points, and we'll maybe do another shoulder block off the ropes. So again, we'll put the caps on like a shoulder tackle or something like that. Again, with someone like that, probably something he does. Let's do the roll. Let's do the rolling elbow off the ropes here, because he kind of did a nasty rolling elbow on the floor to Cody on the tables. But so we'll go ahead and do that as a 10. Again, you want to, I'll go ahead and bring back to regular move because we don't want any throw out of rings for somebody to me who's a non-heel. Let's do a power slam off the ropes. I think that would be a good setup for him for that. And you don't want to leave any blanks. If you start leaving blanks, now I think the creator of the system as actually will actually, whether you try to exit or save, it will tell you you have mistakes in the system and it won't save it. And that's great. Before this, the system would just crash, and then you have to go in and try to find the error you're making. It kind of gets you upset because you don't know why what you did to crash the system out. Now I think he's made it where if you forget to put a value, the system will crash. I mean, the system will stop you and say, "Hey, you have a mistake here on this section," and we can go ahead and test that out to show you. Let's say we leave Power Slam alone, no points. Normally, that is a bad no-no, but we'll go ahead and leave that be. He has a lariat here as an 8, so we can go ahead and change that to a simple clothesline for 8 points. And then we can go ahead and put his Beal throw here even. Again, you're not going to get serious points off the ropes. He's not a ropes monster, and we're not talking the top ropes. I'm more looking at running the ropes. And if he was a top rope guy, you can use that also. So let's go ahead in the shoulder block. We can go ahead and let's see. We can go ahead and give him let's give him like a spear. Maybe he'll start using that as a pin in the future. And we'll go ahead and we'll go and give you that. So let's see what it does. Again, we left Power Slam, the blank open. Let's see if we can go ahead and save as. Nope. Check these before saving. Ropes can't card now as points are required. Reports ropes card now has 6 points are required. Keep this window open to fix things. So thank you, Jouster. He is the creator of the system, the game that we play. He has actually now made it where you can actually do that. So that's great. So let's go ahead and go to the specialty card. This is again where I leave the specialties alone until he shows me something on the main roster. Let's kind of leave things be. He has a 15 in the middle from the fall from grace. That's great. Give him one big one, and maybe on 5 we'll increase it to 12, and we'll put the fall from grace on the 2 from 12 until he gets on the main roster and starts hitting the Randy Ortons or the Miz, which seems to be the one guy people get when they get on the main roster, or some of these other ones. We'll go ahead and leave 2 pins on there until he develops himself. So now that we have his card, we have him saved. Then we want to go ahead and do save as. Oh, okay, now see, they're telling me now there's an error on here. Ropes card now has points are required. All right, see, I messed up and I didn't even know it. Oh, shoulder, see, can you see it? The shoulder block doesn't have any moves. All right, thank you. All right, thank you, Jouster. Yeah, that's great. We'll go ahead and give you 10 again on that. No pin attempt, so that's perfect. So let's go ahead and save as. All right, good. It does save it, so you know the card is playable when you play in the future. Let's go ahead and just call him. What I like to do is call him. Let's see, take the caps lock off probably or put it on. So he'll now be Oba. Oopsie, why did it do that? So hang on 1 second. I don't know why it just did that. Oh, it saved as Oba. Ooh. Yeah, see, you don't want to do that. That was bad. Okay, so let's go ahead and rename him. I hope there's not an issue with with my keyboard again. So Oba Femi, and we'll go ahead and save him in the main roster. Looks like they say there is one there, but again, I do have it saved under my creation, so I can go ahead and load it back up. Let's go to no, and let's go and get out. So let's go ahead and get out the system. Now let's try something. Let's go ahead and go to the now let's try something. Let's go ahead and go to the game itself and let's run a match. Okay, we'll go ahead now. We'll go ahead and go to the system itself so you guys can watch it. You guys can watch me have this match here. And let's go ahead and add the desktop under the match setup screen. Let's see if we can go ahead and find this so everyone can take a break here. Match setup, perfect. Let's go ahead and expand that out so you guys can see it. As you see, the directory does have a huge. What I do at least have is at least a high end number of guys. So let's go ahead and let's pull the wrestler out. Perfect. You guys can see. Can you see what I see? Let's see. Can you see what I see? Yes, you can. So you do see the match. So you do see the match screen. Let's make sure. I was hoping you would see everything else, but let's see. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see if I have the Miz, because to me that would be a nice uh, early early guy to get in here. If I have one waiting here, Michael the Miz Mizarian, there he is. It's a two jack set, so those sets are pretty good. And the dude who made him kind of made him a little high, so we'll see how my Oba Femi character does in his debut match. Again, we'll use the this card, make sure he has all the moves on there, there's nothing missing. Fall from Grace 2 to 4, and we'll go ahead and add you there. We'll go ahead and I'll control both the Miz and Oba Femi so I can make the moves I can. We'll go ahead and just make this a 60-minute time limit, and let's play ball. Ready? Let's go. So the Miz starts off with an OC. Obafemi, OC. So we're both on OC here. So the Miz will start. He's a 4, so we're basically the same. Oh, basement snap drop kick by the Miz. It's one of his top finishers early. A belly to back suplex by Obafemi. So it's a 9-8 first round match. Let's see. DC by Oba. And now offensive move for Oba. And he hits a clothesline off the rope. So clothesline for Obafemi. Did it? Yes, it did count. It's going to be OC, and Oba's on OC, so both on OC. And off the ropes, or no, let's see, one-handed backbreaker. So big one-handed backbreaker for Oba Femi. DC now moved Yakuza kick. So the yes kicks by the Miz. Let's see an OC there. Let's go an OC there. That's converted face lock backbreaker and reverse. So I believe forgot what they call that. Shoulder tackle by Oba Femi. So it's 34-32 at the end of 5. Offensive move, both are on offense. Yakuza kick, the yes kicks, and a big Beal throw by Obafemi. So we're saying he's sticking with the veteran here. Again, it's the yes kicks for the Miz, a perfect spot for him. So he puts it at the 7. That's where you want like the yes kicks or whatever, the kicks for Miz. Actually, he has the kicks and a 6, but he has Yakuza. Okay, either way, it works one way. So let's see. It's gonna be a test of strength by Obafemi, and he doesn't get anything else there. DC offensive move there. There's a clothesline by Obafemi. So a good start there for Oba. I think, or did he not? Or did he get the C? Yes, he did. So Miz rolled the C and took the points away from Oba. So Miz with the lead by 5 through 9 minutes. OC, OC. And he's gonna set him up for the skull crushing finale, and he hits it. Skull crushing finale by the Miz. He hit the finisher. Why not? Let's see if he can get the pin. One, two. Oh, he got the pin. Yuck. All right, so that's what happens. What can he do? I mean, he hit his finisher and got the pin. He's on the main roster for the first time. So I'm sorry, Oba, but he had a good move on you and he put you away. But we'll see if we can recreate something here. Let's see if I do the match again. Will you guys see everything else in front of you? Let's go there. So see what you see. No, you do not see anything right now. I'm probably going to call this a stream in the next little bit, around 47 minutes. I kind of did what I wanted to do with wrestling creations. But again, if anyone has any questions, anything else they want to see or want me to explain anything. So really, the gist is you want to find the guy who you think is the best looks, acts, even the best equivalent. If you got someone who's small, you want to create like a Dominic Mysterio, which I don't know, I haven't even made yet. Then you maybe take his dad and do Ray, and then change some of his offensive moves to the cheating, to the Judgment Day stuff, to some of his own moves, to give him the Latino heat that he deserves. So yeah, you want to find the guy that best suits you, and then you want to go in there. You want to go ahead and change the name. You want to change the name of the set, so you're not overwriting one of the other ones. You want to you don't adjust again the general card, but again you want to look and see the percentage of the rolls. Again, you do this by looking up a 2D12, 2D6 probability chart, and you look and see what are the percent of the chances that these rolls are going to come up on the general card. Yeah, it's that important when you put these wrestlers together, because if you undervalue them, they're going to get killed. If you overvalue them, and then you're going to get an issue. So what you again want you want to do is that, and then when you want, then you go in there, you find the card, and then you do your research. You look them up on Google, usually pro wrestling fandom. You find the guy, usually lists their finishers or some of their moves. You take them, you start adding them to the game, and then you start. And again, you look at him: is he a face? Is he a heel? Is he a heel? You can start doing DQ stuff. You can throw him out of the ring if he's a face. Then you kind of want to win points with strength moves and stuff like that. Just simple, that's kind of simple Simon type things there. And then you want, after doing that, then you want to go to the ropes. Again, it doesn't matter how many NAs are on there or not. You just want to change any other moves that are on there. Again, I like to put everything in capitalized. So once you capitalize everything, then it comes out stronger. Then after you do that, you want to look at the finisher moves. Again, it's from a 2 through a 6. And if you see a guy who's like, okay, he only has two pin attempts in there, but he's a 4, that's what you want to do. You don't want to do anything. You don't overpower him or not. And again, you want that finisher not to be at like a 5, 6, or 7. Again, high probabilities. guys don't get finishers there. They usually start getting them on fives, nines, fours, tens. Worst case scenario, if he's like a three rated guy, which is not a superstar, he's more you would put maybe put his finisher at 3 or 11, so he's not hitting it every time. And after that, you save it. And then you do what we did, and we put the guy in there, maybe against a guy from the same federation, maybe on the main roster to see how he does. Yeah, Oba lost. Okay. You know what you do? Is go back again and make adjustments, or you run the match again and see if it was a fluke and Oba beats him next time. If he beats him, then guess what? You beat another four, and then you probably have what you want, or you feel froggy and you start going after the Cenas and the Rocks have been created. And if you beat them, then you may be saying, hey, maybe this guy got created just a little too much. You're basically Dr. Dr. Frankenstein in the library with Frankenstein. You're creating your wrestler the way you want to see him. But the easiest thing to do is find a template of the wrestler you want him created out of. Again, questions, concerns, please subscribe. Please like the video. Again, happy holidays, everybody. I'll try to come back again, hopefully after the holidays or sooner. Just let me know what you're interested in. Yes, to Jack Dawson. I do plan to get some baseball back on the channel again. I just don't know what right now. Finally, after 8 months, I'm finally on a day shift where I can work. I don't have to, I can actually come home. I'm not getting home at like midnight, making it almost impossible to stream because then I'd have to almost stream before work, and didn't find out where I wanted to do that so easy. So we're gonna be doing hopefully now with the new schedule, the new year coming, we can start doing some stuff after I get home. So appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Again, please leave a like. I appreciate that. And for those who wanted this video, I hope you guys do see this and have a great rest of your evening. Let's keep it in the ring, guys. And we will talk to you again after the bell tolls. And that. All right.